everybody, Maestro here. Welcome to the Khan's Court. Today we have Ghost Rider versus Spawn, Marvel versus Image Comics Death Battle. This was released by Death Battle about 3 days ago. I had seen a lot of people reacting to this. Hadn't watched any of them, obviously, not to get spoiled by anything, but I wanted to go ahead and check this out. I don't react to death battles because they are very, very long videos, usually like 20-something minutes or more, 20 to 30, because they go through in detail every single one of the characters, their abilities, what they can do, their feats, and then they get to the actual battle, which could be even a longer amount of time. So with that being said, I usually never react to them or try not to. But I'm going to go ahead and actually cut this to where I'm going to watch all the way through of all their feats, the characteristics of the characters. Even if I do know the characters very well in my own way, I'm going to watch it anyways to make sure I'm kind of all caught up on what they can do. And then I will cut the camera back on to me actually reacting to the fight, which will hopefully cut down on the time of my own reaction added on with all the stuff in this video. So let's go ahead and do that now. And we are back. Holy crap, does that feel a lot longer than it actually is. Everything about Ghost Rider, I basically already know. I love Ghost Rider. I've been following the Spirit of Vengeance's story all the way through, even to, you know, the King of Hell and all that. So I knew all of that stuff. I knew of Ghost Rider's abilities. Spawn, on the other hand, was somebody that kind of surprised me a little bit. I learned some newer stuff about him that I didn't quite know. And after hearing everything they can do, everything they have done, their abilities, their weapons, all of that, before this battle even starts, I'm going to go ahead and guess who I think would win. It really is one of those battles where I truly think it could go either way. And the reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, their feats are almost completely equivalent. Like, almost completely. They both became the kings of hell of their own universes. They are both basically a part of beings that are one of the strongest beings in their universe. They both are empowered with powers from hell that are so powerful that they are one of the strongest in all of their universe. They both have fought against heaven and hell. They both have fought against Satan and God. They both have done all of these things. But at the end of the day, if we're basing it off of feats alone, it would really depend on the scaling of both universes. I would have to know which universe scales higher. I think that ultimately comes down to what it is. Is the Image Comics Spawn universe, does that scale higher than Marvel? I doubt it. I really don't think it would scale higher than Marvel because Marvel's just been around for so long. There's so many characters, so many overly powerful characters. And the God and Satan and that universe of the Image Comics Spawn universe, they're not even the most powerful person in that universe. Versus when you go into Marvel, God is quite literally the strongest. You do not beat the one above all or the one below all. I mean, they're like, you know, you don't beat those. You know what I mean? Those are as high as it gets. So it's one of those things where it's like it would really depend on the scaling. But from what I had heard in this, Ghost Rider needed an entire army of Ghost Riders to go and take over heaven and to beat heaven, versus Spawn only needed himself. He became King Spawn. He ate from the Tree of Life. You know what I mean? He ended up fighting them both. But then he also let both God and Satan destroy him. And he died. He didn't actually win the battle. So it's like, it's just hard. I don't really know who would win. I don't know. I think it could go either way. with a battle like this, with somebody somebody's characters like this, characters that have such high scaling abilities and so many different feats that are just like insane, I have no clue who would win this. I really don't. I don't know. Let's go ahead and react to the actual battle and see what happens.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through.
I mean, like I'm saying, either way, whoever wins, I could be like, I could see that. If Ghost Rider wins, I can see that. If Spawn wins, I can see that. They both do insane things. I mean,
nights like these drive men insane. Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
I will say, it looks like Spawn seems to have more abilities than Ghost Rider.
The pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
But Ghost Rider seemed to be a little bit more potent.
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Like a bum.
You've earned your damnation.
Just like that, back to hell. Right, but now he has like infinite power, right.
Welcome to hell.
Taking him to hell literally just empowers him. Why was there just a random truck in hell?
Be damned. Yes, you will. Get over here.
The Scorpion Easter egg. Get over here! That was good. That was funny. Had me question who it was for a second. I'm like, wait a minute.
The vestments of the holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
This is insane. It's like I'm trying to think, like, see, Ghost Rider can completely wipe out all of existence, but then Spawn can too. And he can also remake existence, because he did that as well.
Eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
He lies. He's the Prince of Lies. Wait, I'm an innocent.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
KO! God damn!
I mean,
This was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
First up, power. Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus.
Right.
He can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality.
Right.
Far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected.
That's
Even
what I
though
was
Spawn
saying.
Battled and defeated Satan in more
I
recent
feel like
comics,
Marvel has a
implies he's retained
higher
level of
scale.
power similar to his divine form. He couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill. He spent decades in military combat and is a master
That is
martial
true.
artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
Right.
Ultimate dream power for a
I'll agree
stuntman.
on that.
Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Yeah,
Which doesn't bode
Johnny's
well
not
for
a
his
fighter like he
versatility.
is.
Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited.
He's got a lot
personal
more
comparison. Spawn
abilities.
had a huge advantage
Right.
in this category.
Right.
With his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the penance stare, just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo his own inexistence?
True.
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with the Lance wasn't planned.
Yeah, 'cause I don't
purely
even know if
instinctual.
Ghost Rider's
He
done
could
that, you know
replicate
what I
it
mean?
anytime he wanted. Like
Rewrote
his fight with God and
existence
Satan.
to bring himself
So how
back.
do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos could.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before.
True.
Like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
Right.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's
Right.
ever done. A penance squared.
The
Right.
damnation stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just
True.
Spawn's soul
Yeah, but so
powers
does
that
Ghost
spelled
Rider,
trouble.
so-
He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality.
They
too,
both get a
like
boost. That's
transmutation,
not
rewriting
fair.
reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge.
Fair
Zarathos
enough.
was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn could counter everything thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner is Spawn.
Next time on Death.
It could be my own bias, but I still feel like Ghost Rider would have put up a bit more of a fight. I feel like that is so close. Spawn would have been literally like half dead, half like coming out of that battle. You know what I'm saying? That battle is too close, in my opinion. That battle's too close, in my opinion. I get that Spawn has more versatility with his abilities. Like, he himself can completely become something different. You know, can completely do different things that Ghost Rider just can't. But Ghost Rider can also use his Hell Flame and quite literally make any weapon. He can possess and make any type of vehicle. He can make new armor for himself, do all of these things. And I just feel like, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, it is the difference between being possessed and then just being cursed with the ability. Spawn is still Spawn, but he has things on him that are possessed or that are different entities. Ghost Rider is possessed, and without the powers, Johnny Blaze is nothing. Obviously, without the power, Spawn's nothing too. But Spawn, I guess, is more embedded into the actual host rather than Johnny. You know what I'm saying? And like he's saying, multiple people have been able to take Johnny out of the Ghost Rider form versus not many people can do that to Spawn. Spawn quite literally can rewrite existence for him to come back. But I am glad that they did admit to the fact that the scaling in the Marvel Universe is far higher than in the Image Comics Spawn universe. And I agree. I think that that's right. Marvel Comics has been around longer. It's just that it makes more sense. It's got far more characters, far more feats. It's supposed to be bigger too. There's just way more characters in that universe. So yeah. And I mean, there also has been comics where Spawn has been walking by like a cage where all the other superheroes were locked up. And because they had all those characters, writers, like the people that created them, had sold their rights away, and Spawn's creator had not. So Spawn was stronger. He was still, had more power and leverage to his own existence and reality compared to all the Marvel and DC characters, because you saw all the characters' hands sticking out. So he's also more powerful in the sense of like a fourth wall break. Like him existing, he's stronger. He's still with his original creator. He has not been bought out. And it was even shown in that comic. And I remember that comic book because I had read that. So, I mean, Spawn is stronger in many different ways. But I'm glad that they did specify the fact that Ghost Rider, power-wise, is just way more of a powerhouse than Spawn. He is. He just is. He is. And I agree on that part. I'm glad they at least said that. I think Ghost Rider is far more powerful than Spawn. Strength-wise, all of that stuff, durability-wise. But the problem with durability, it matters not when somebody can completely bring themselves back. Durability is the strength of something when it comes to being completely destroyed physically. Spawn has been destroyed completely physically and came all the way back 100%. So his durability means nothing. You know what I mean? He can still come back from absolutely nothing. This was interesting. This was fun. I did have fun learning some new things about Spawn. I already knew basically absolutely everything they said about Ghost Rider, so didn't learn too much there. But it's always fun to see what character would win. But I'm not overly mad about the outcome. You know what I mean? I like Ghost Rider, but like I don't know if I like him better than Spawn because Spawn just looks cooler. But as a character, I like Ghost Rider better. Spawn's still cool though. I like Spawn's weapons, what he can do, how he looks. I like his look better. And I especially like Ghost Rider's comics better than Spawn's. So, like I said, I'm a little biased on the Ghost Rider side, but well. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed my reaction to this, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. And as always, I will catch you on the next video. Peace.